All right, Kirby, can you just talk about, a win on the road against one of the best teams in SLEAC? What is that, what did you learn about your team tonight?
Well, I think down the stretch, we struggled at times. We got up 11 with about minute 15 left and couldn't really close it out the way we wanted to. But what I like to see is we kept fighting. We stayed, for the most part, we stayed poised even with things not going our way in the way we wanted to. We made free throws still down the stretch. We got a couple big stops and rebounds, and I think when you do that on the road, and even if you go through a spurt where things aren't going your way, we stayed locked in and we kept fighting, and I think that's what we showed. And even looking back to the Eureka game with how we kept fighting when we weren't making shots and being able to not really be right there, but still being able to stay in it with not shooting the ball well, both times being on the road, I think that talks about this team a lot in terms of, their ability to fight and stay in it, no matter what. So I like that, and I like the fight that they're showing and how we're handling ourselves that way.
Did you consider tonight a must-win with the shortened schedule this season?
Well, this league, you think everyone's a must-win because everybody beats everybody.
Right.
So not really a must-win. I think it was one that, it was a big win. It was a big win. They're a really good team. They got good players. They're well coached. They've had some good wins. They did beat Eureka. Eureka beat them at their place, but it was close. I think it was 86-80 Eureka. So they're a good team, and they've had close games too. And they're really good. So I know for us, that was a big one going in there tonight and being able to pull that out. Didn't shoot well in the first half, but we did shoot much better in the second half. We got it going. We were clicking a little bit better. And for us to win that one, I won't say it was a must-win tonight, but I definitely think it was a big win for us.
Just talk about Stovey and Chance's performance tonight.
Chance was slow getting going tonight. He really struggled shooting in the first half, but we thought they were real physical. And we definitely needed to get settled in. I think we were looking for calls early on instead of just playing and being really strong with the ball. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Cheno was like 1 of 7 in the first half. Kind of struggled. Not that they were bad shots or anything,
right.
But again, it was just one of those things that wasn't really going in. And I think he was 4 of 7 in the second half. He finished with 18. He had a double-double. He had 18 and 10. And he had a really good game. He had some big-time buckets down the stretch. And Stovey, he was unreal, man. He was 10 of 13 again from the floor, 1 of 2 from 3, 6 for 9 from the line. He had 27, 6 boards, and 2 steals and 2 assists, and a block. So, I mean, that guy, he just gets it done. So, he's been really good. A big thing with Stovey last year was getting him to just stay controlled and composed, and I think he's really been doing that and doing a good job staying under control and just kind of seeing what's there. And I think he's been a lot more controlled on his drives and great body control, and he's doing a really good job. And his field goal percentage is showing. He's been really good in that area. So he's scoring efficient. He did have some foul trouble tonight, so for him to even have that stat line with, he still played 24 minutes, but we had to take him out in the first half with fouls, and then he ended up fouling out on that charge late. But yeah, he's been really good. So, those two have they've had the bigger scoring games, but, like we said, we got some other guys that can fill it up too that, they'll get going, and they've made some big shots and things, but those two help us go. So, they've done a really good job. Speaking
of two guys that didn't score a lot tonight, David and Bryson, they do a lot of dirty work. There's a lot of things they don't do on this, show up on the stats. Can you talk about their performance?
Yeah, they're struggling to find where their shots are coming. I think a big part of it, and this is me coaching them up, is I think we have some guys that really like to pass the ball. I would really love to see them stay aggressive all the time when those shots come, and it's exciting, and it's something we got to work on, but it's definitely an exciting problem to have in terms of sometimes we pass out of shots because we do have good ball movement and we're trying to get everybody involved. And sometimes I think Dave and Bryson pass themselves up out of shots, and Christian I think does that too a lot. But like I said, those guys are going to get going. They're great shooters, and Bryson had a big-time bucket late in the clock. At a shot clock, kind of hit a turnaround fade, and he had 2 free throws late that were big and a big rebound, and Dave just stays aggressive And those guys are going to find their shots when they come, but we need to get them to take them. You know, they're really good shooters, so when they get those, they got to knock them down.
8:50 left in the game. You guys find yourself down 6. You know, did you need a timeout? What did you tell the guys to get them going? Because you guys took the lead a few minutes after that and stayed with it.
Well, a big thing tonight was we just struggled with our spacing with their press, and I think we turned the ball over way too much, and we never, I don't think, got super comfortable with that. And a team that does get after it defensively, that was kind of upsetting to see. One of the downfalls of tonight was the turnovers for sure. That's something we've been really good at so far. But I think the message was definitely just slowing ourselves down, taking care of the ball. But also we had to keep getting stops. And defense won it tonight. Defense and free throws, you know, like I said, we did in the second half, we were 50 from the floor, 45 from 3, and 86 from the line. I mean, we shot it much better in the second half, but you know, looking at their numbers, even in the second half, they were 44 from the floor. They were 38 from 3, but on the game, they were 35% from the floor and 29 from 3. So we guarded tonight, you know, and that was a big thing. They keep getting stops. We got to communicate. We got to finish possessions. I thought our number of turnovers was a lot tonight. They had 16, so it made up for it a little bit, but definitely not where we want to be there. And I thought that there were some times tonight that they were on the O glass a lot. We won the glass, so there is something to be proud of there, but definitely them on the O glass tonight. I thought we were trying to box out, but we weren't necessarily finishing possessions defensively, and that hurt us at times. So that was definitely something we talked about as well. And just staying confident, you know, having swagger offensively, being ready to take those shots when they come. And, you know, we did that down the stretch, and that's what got it done. But, you know, we got to get those shooters taking open shots and also finishing those possessions. We play hard. We just got to finish those possessions.
You know, Stobie fouls out. Then they get the ball with, I think, 18 seconds left, if I remember, down 3. Can you just talk about your, you know, defense on that last possession there?
Our biggest thing was we just didn't want anybody to be comfortable. We had faith in our guys to guard, and the biggest thing was if they were going to go ball screen, we were going to handle it a certain way, and we were going to get after it. So we wanted to run them off the three-point line. We wanted to be active and obviously finish the possession. All 5 guys needed to box out, go get a board, and just close it out. So a lot of people like fouling there, you know, but, you know, with the way they were pressing and things like that, I thought we could get a stop with guarding the way we were. And they, like I said, they didn't shoot it phenomenal from 3. And I think with us getting up into them, I trusted that instinct at the time to stay up in them and just apply some pressure and try to run them off the line. And they struggled to get one. So, you know, I liked our effort there for sure.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Congratulations on the big win.